On this day in history, January 23rd. In January 1264, King Louis IX of France issued the Mise of Amiens, an arbitral judgment that annulled the provisions of Oxford, favoring King Henry III of England over his rebellious barons led by Simon de Montfort. This decision intensified tensions, leading to the outbreak of the Second Barons' War. On January 23, 1368, Zhu Yuanzhang declared himself the Hongwu Emperor, marking the beginning of the Ming dynasty in China. His reign, which lasted until 1398, was characterized by significant military, administrative, and educational reforms that centralized power in the emperor. On January 23, 1556, the deadliest earthquake in recorded history struck China's Shaanxi province, resulting in an estimated death toll of 830,000 people. The disaster led to a search for ways to minimize damage from such natural catastrophes in the future. On January 23, 1570, James Stuart, the first Earl of Moray and regent for the young King James VI of Scotland, was assassinated in Linlithgow by James Hamilton of Bothwell Howe, a supporter of Mary, Queen of Scots. This incident is noted as the first recorded assassination by firearm. In 1571, the Royal Exchange in London was officially opened by Queen Elizabeth I, established by Sir Thomas Gresham. It served as London's first purpose-built centre for trading stocks and was modelled on the Bourse in Antwerp. In 1656, French mathematician and philosopher Blaise Pascal began publishing Les Provinciales, provincial letters, a series of letters defending Antoine Arnauld and critiquing the Jesuits. These letters are renowned for their wit and influence on French prose. In 1719, Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI united the counties of Vaduz and Schellenberg, elevating the territory to the rank of an imperial principality named Liechtenstein. Despite this elevation, no prince set foot in Liechtenstein until 1842. In 1789, John Carroll secured the deed to land in Georgetown, Maryland, now part of Washington, D.C., to establish Georgetown College, the first Catholic university in the United States. Classes began in 1792, and the institution awarded its first bachelor's degrees in 1817. In 1793, the Second Partition of Poland occurred, resulting in significant territorial losses to Russia and Prussia. The Polish Sejm, under duress from surrounding Russian troops, confirmed the partition, which transferred vast regions, including parts of Ukraine and Belarus, to Russia, and areas like Gdańsk and Torun to Prussia. In a rare military feat in January 1795, French cavalry captured a Dutch fleet that was immobilized by ice near the village of Den Helder. This unique event marked one of the few instances where cavalry captured naval vessels. Between 1841 and 1846, Tunisia became the first country in the Muslim world to officially abolish slavery. This progressive move was part of a series of reforms aimed at modernizing Tunisian society. In 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell graduated from Geneva Medical College in New York, becoming the first woman in the United States to earn a medical degree. She later championed medical education for women and established the New York Infirmary for Women and Children in 1857. On January 23, 1879, during the Anglo-Zulu War, a small British garrison successfully defended the mission station at Rorke's Drift against a large Zulu force. The defense became legendary, and several defenders were awarded the Victoria Cross for their bravery. On January 23, 1900, during the Second Boer War, British forces suffered a significant defeat at the Battle of Spion Kop in South Africa. The battle highlighted the challenges faced by the British Army during the war. In late January 1942, during World War II, Japanese forces launched an invasion of Rabaul in New Britain, capturing the town and establishing it as a major base for operations in the Pacific. The fall of Rabaul marked a strategic loss for the Allies. On January 23, 1943, during World War II, the British Eighth Army, led by General Bernard Montgomery, captured Tripoli in Libya. This victory marked a significant milestone in the North African campaign, as it deprived the Axis powers of a crucial supply port and bolstered Allied control in the region. In early 1945, as World War II neared its end, German Admiral Karl Donitz initiated Operation Hannibal. one of the largest emergency evacuations by sea in history. Over approximately 15 weeks, millions of German soldiers and civilians were evacuated from East Prussia and the Baltic states ahead of the advancing Soviet army. On January 23, 1950, the Knesset, Israel's parliament, passed a resolution declaring Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The decision was made with a vote of 60 in favor and 2 against, with members of Mapam and Herut abstaining. This move solidified Jerusalem's political status within the newly established state. On January 23, 1957, the Wham-O toy company acquired the rights to the Pluto Platter, a plastic flying disc invented by Walter Frederick Morrison and his partner Warren Franz-Joni. Wham-O later rebranded the toy as the Frisbee, leading to its widespread popularity and the creation of new sports and recreational activities. On January 23, 1960, the bathyscaphe USS Trieste, piloted by Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh, reached the deepest known point in the Earth's oceans, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. They descended to a depth of approximately 10,911 meters, 35,797 feet, setting a record for the deepest manned dive, which stood for over 50 years. On January 23, 1967, the British government officially designated a 21,883-acre area in Buckinghamshire as the new town of Milton Keynes. The development aimed to alleviate housing shortages in London and was designed with a unique grid road system, extensive green spaces, and modernist architecture. Over the years, Milton Keynes has grown significantly, becoming a major urban center. On January 23, 1968, North Korean forces captured the USS Pueblo, a U.S. Navy intelligence vessel, in international waters. The incident escalated tensions between the United States and North Korea, leading to the crew's imprisonment for 11 months before their release. The USS Pueblo remains in North Korea to this day. On January 23, 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame held its inaugural induction ceremony, honoring influential artists who shaped the genre. The first inductees included Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley. This event marked the beginning of an annual tradition celebrating contributions to rock and roll music. On January 23, 1997, Madeleine Albright was sworn in as the 64th U.S. Secretary of State, becoming the first woman to hold the position. Appointed by President Bill Clinton, Albright played a pivotal role in shaping U.S. foreign policy during her tenure, addressing issues such as NATO expansion and international conflicts. On January 22, 1998, Netscape Communications Corporation announced plans to release the source code for its Netscape Communicator web browser, leading to the creation of the Mozilla Project. This initiative aimed to foster open-source development and collaboration, eventually giving rise to popular web browsers like Mozilla Firefox. On January 23, 2001, 5 individuals attempted self-immolation in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. The Chinese government attributed the act to Falun Gong practitioners, leading to increased persecution of the group. However, international organizations, including Amnesty International, questioned the government's narrative, suggesting the incident may have been staged to discredit Falun Gong. On January 22, 2003, NASA's Pioneer 10 spacecraft sent its final, very weak signal to Earth. Launched in 1972, Pioneer 10 was the first spacecraft to travel through the asteroid belt and make a close approach to Jupiter. Its last transmission marked the end of a mission that provided valuable data about the outer solar system. On January 23, 2018, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake struck the Gulf of Alaska, approximately 175 miles southeast of Kodiak Island. The quake prompted tsunami warnings along the Alaskan and Canadian west coasts, leading to evacuations. Fortunately, no significant damage or fatalities were reported, and the tsunami warnings were later lifted.